What's good, everybody? So there are some people, by some I mean Ryuuku Sensei and a couple of people on Twitter, who are kind of, I'll be real, a little bit doom posting about Rinascita. They're not too, well, they're not particularly amped and pumped for 2.0, and they're noticing some cracks, maybe some cracks in the works, and they're kind of worried about the future of the game. And I know Ryuuku pretty well. He's a really good friend, and I've spoken to him about his concerns already off stream. But he's made a video kind of outlining them, and we're going to go through it, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to just have a discussion. So let's get into the video. What does bro have to say for us today? Subscribe! Yo, who wants to have sex?
I'll be honest, I've been sitting at my desk here trying to press the record button for the past 20-30 minutes right now. I have had no idea how to start this video off. This is not going to be one of my typical videos where I bring out any spreadsheets, so don't have to worry about that. This is kind of like...
Great, Ryuuku not using a color picker and spreadsheets in a video. It's over. It's over. It's not a Ryuuku video unless he whips out the spreadsheet. Also, I just noticed this art is really wonky. Look at Rover's eye. Why does it look kind of like fucked up? Wait, why does he... Wait, why does his face look kind of weird, like squished? I just noticed that. Wait, why is it kind of... You know what, never mind. Anyway, carry on.
Like a bit of a therapy session for me right now. And what I mean by that is that since the 2.0 live stream, I have been in this weird rut where I just cannot get myself to be excited for the 2.0 update. And I don't know why. Actually, no, that's not true.
Okay, that's fair. He's having this feeling, this sensation. He doesn't know why.
I think I know why, but I want...
Okay, never mind. He's lying. He lied to us already. Ryuuku, in the space of 1 second, he lied. I can't trust this video anymore. He's gonna lie to us immediately.
Lead you into why I'm
Bye,
feeling
Annie.
that way. And for those who want to
Appreciate
just, dislike the video, you can just dislike the video right now and please just click off. I don't need you listening. But if you're interested in to know why I feel the way I feel...
By the way, people on YouTube absolutely do that. They read a title and thumbnail, they'll dislike, leave a comment, and not actually watch. The amount of people on YouTube who will comment absolute bullshit before even watching anything is crazy. Like, it's actually insane. It's weird.
Please continue to listen. And then leave the dislike at the end of it if you want. That's completely fine. If you don't want anyone to be any bit of a negative Nancy about this whole thing, then again, just click off right now. These are the things that I have, and it's not for any logical reason. And it's not really the game's fault either. And I know this, and I know exactly what's going on. But the way I feel is the way I feel.
Okay, this is his subjective opinion. It's how he feels. He understands it might be irrational a little bit. He's just venting off a sort of feeling that he has. And because of that, I don't think we can, like, dig too deep into his psyche about what maybe is going on. But I'm still hear him out. If he feels a certain way, I think as a content creator, he's perfectly valid to give his opinions of reasoning as to why. I'm sure other people would, sympathize with his view if he's able to provide the points.
And I don't like it. I don't like the way I feel. Everyone that's excited for the 2.0 live stream right now, you are... correct. You have the right feelings, in my opinion. You have the right feelings of, like, after watching that live stream. You are correct, 100%. But you know when you've got like that pit in the bottom of your stomach and you just can't really focus on anything else until you get it out? It's kind of like, I don't know. If you drink alcohol, you might know what this feels. It's like when you're feeling sick and you're just thinking, I need to just get this out. Then I'll feel a lot better. And this is kind of what this video is. That's a really gross comparison.
I will be so honest with you. Like I said, I've spoken to Ryuuku off stream. He's a good friend. We speak pretty much like every day. He has been genuinely like kind of like down in the dumps about this. Like every time I'll talk to him or call him, he kind of sounds a bit like off. He sounds off. Like this has genuinely been something that's bothering him. Like he's not making this video for like attention or for views or doing it for like clickbait. I could tell you with 100% certainty, he's not doing that. He genuinely feels like really kind of like shitty about it. Like I've been talking to him for a hot minute, and he's genuinely been feeling kind of shit over this. So this is not something he's been doing just to like, oh, you're just doing clickbait video. No, he genuinely has been feeling like this. I can guarantee you that.
But it is just an analogy. Just please, for the love of God, bear with me on this. Before I go into, I just want to let you know that I didn't hate the entirety of it. In fact, I enjoyed quite a lot of it. I just want to go very quickly about the stuff that I like from the live stream first, and then we can get into my particular issues, my particular gripes that I am having that I can't get past. Okay, so Carlotta and Rocha both look amazing. The new skins
Juicy
cool.
skin is so good.
The
The juicy skin's amazing. It's
areas
so
here,
good.
I'm going to get to that. The rover appearance switch, it's good that you can now change between the different genders. Since it's on the go, love it. Absolutely perfect. Immersion mode, perfect. Smooth exploration experience in Rinascita with the utility tool Flight.
The flight is going to be fun. I'm so excited to try that out.
It might be region locked, or it might not.
That's
fine.
I don't know.
If
That's
it is
fine.
region locked, I actually do not mind that at all. I think that makes a lot of sense. Like, this new area, this new region has been designed with the express intention of people
I agree.
flying around.
Region lock is so cool.
The other area, Jinsho, doesn't really have much in the way of that. So maybe around
Yeah, the juicy skin's my favorite.
where you can jump off the dragon's head. But if it is region locked, I understand why. So that makes sense to me. The boss challenges earlier.
I want it to be like region locked is fine, but like I feel like we have to like earn it. We have to grind for it. I'm pretty sure they said in the live stream that you could earn like flight stamina by exploration, which I think is a perfectly really good incentive to explore. That's a perfect exploration incentive. That's fine.
Fine, that's fine. Archive melodies. This is something that I had a lot of people saying that they addressed your issue, dude, about the music thing. No, what it says here, while you're in the vicinity of this tie of echo. I think this is a misspelling, a type of echo, where basically you can go to the echo and it's always at that same...
Why can't Kuro spell? Hello? Genuinely, why can't Kuro spell? I feel like every day there's like a new typo somewhere. Like, is it that hard to proofread like your official like releases? Is that hard? But hello? Just like a spell check. A spell check or a proofread of someone. I feel like it's the same person making typos. It's like me. I make so many typos. It's like, it's crazy. I think it's the same person doing all the EN copy. Cooming soon. Typo is a dev trademark. I bet it's just the same fucking dude. It is just gonna be the same dude doing them all. Like, where's misinformation? It's so true. Cooming soon.
In that area, but it's not exactly what I was looking for.
We're all cooming.
Portable thing, and again, an actual CD player type gadget where I can change music at any time on the fly, or whatever. So it's good that they have this option to change the music, but I want it to be more portable. So this is kind of like half addressing my issue. New resonators have gone over that. Weapons look amazing.
Cool. Yes.
Cobb looks fun and interesting. This John.
I feel so bad for Ryuuku. He's like, yo, so it looks fun and interesting. That looks really cool. Yeah, I'm just saying, I just don't really like that. Looks really cool, bro. It's like, oh, he sounds genuinely upset. Yeah, I thought it's really cool. Like, it's all these things. I'm just like, really like, yeah, it looks cool, man. It looks really cool. It's like, do you know what it is? It's like seeing your ex move on with someone else and you're like kind of happy for them. But at the same time, it's like, ooh. It's kind of what it's like, right? It's like, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Victoria, I love John Wick, so I want to see what they're going to do with that. More pulls here. The pincer maneuver. I've heard a lot of people have problems with pincer maneuver in the current patch. So
I feel the same way as you, Pat. No, Heart, you are not capable of having your own thoughts and opinions. We all know this. You're not capable of doing that. You have to have the opinion of Ryuuku at all times. I know you love him. I know you're very parasocial about Ryuuku, so whatever opinion he holds, you will also adopt. So, like, we already know that's the case.
That to address some people's issues. And this Wuthering Exploration, this Nimbus Sanctum. I'll talk about it later. The bosses, Hecate, Sentry Construct, Lorelei, Dragon of Dirge, and all these echoes here, they all look fantastic. And what we saw of the Hecate boss battle in the co-op event, it looked really fun and interesting. So I'm looking forward to...
I really hope that Echo is linked with Frolova. I really hope that becomes like you know, like the Scar transforms into like the goat man, whatever it is. Like, that'd be cool.
Fighting against all of these. Nightmare Echo is cool. New Sonata effects that plays into what I was saying earlier at the end of my Wuthering Waves hate video about the all the different sets coming out, and it just goes into the Echo experience. Yes, it is still an issue. I do not care what anyone says. Even if you do that method that is being laid out, oh, you're supposed to do it this way. it will mitigate the issue, but you will eventually run into that issue. I would guarantee you that. The numbers just do not bear it out. Phantom Echoes, cool.
No, you're wrong. Cool. L plus ratio. No, I'm kidding.
Cool. And then PlayStation 5. Right. So let's get into it. So why am I not excited for the 2.0 Rinascita?
Yes,
update?
tell us.
I just can't get past that. I feel it's a little too early. The game has only been out for about 7 months, and we have this complete different tonal change from what we have in Jinzhou. Like, and then people are just saying, it's a new area, dude. I know. I get that. Yeah. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's too early to switch things up, in my opinion. The reason...
That's really what it is, right? I think a lot of this is boiling down to the same sentiment of, to him, Rinascita is too happy. Rinascita is too bright, it's too colorful, it's too happy. And, you know, we'll dive more deep into, like, that opinion and his view, but I'm just making sure that we set the tone for what he's actually saying. He thinks it's too early, it's too bright, it's all of that lot. We're just gonna make sure we all understand the way he's thinking, and then we'll comment his points as he goes along.
Why I feel that way is because through 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4, By
the way, I will just say out the gate, I think this photo here, like Laguna itself, I don't think this is like bright and colorful. This just feels like a city. Do you know what I mean? I kind of like equate it even to like Jinzhou. It's just a city. I don't think this is bright and colorful. It just looks like a city. Like it's not fucking Petacone with flashy lights everywhere. And like it's Vegas. It's not that at all. It literally is just a city. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this image itself is like fine. It's just a city. That shit looks white and blue as fuck. Yeah, but it's like it's not colorful. It's not Vegas, you know?
Don't feel we've really had a payoff to that area yet. Like at the end of Act 6, we had like the boss battle with Dreamless, and that was good. That was really fun. Yep. I enjoyed that. And then later in 1.3, we had the flashback to the Lament. And then after that, we got 1.4 with the Camellia story. But that was like Camelia's story. It didn't feel like a good bookend to Jinzhou as an area. I feel like we were building up towards something. And I don't know what... I feel like for lack of a better term, I feel like I've been kind of blue-balled, really. Like we've been led on.
You all know what I think of the Wuthering story. I got a lot of shit. I got a lot of shit for my takes on the Wuthering Waves story. And I think it's the thing that I have the most hot takes about. I genuinely think 1.0, like 1.0, 1.1, even 1.3, I genuinely think the story is fucking mid at best. I've said this. I think the story has been mid at best. I even had gripes with 1.1. Because one of my main gripes about 1.1 itself was it was about Jinshi, it was about Jue, but it was supposed to be like, it didn't revolve around Jinzhou as much. It didn't felt like there was as many scenes for Jinzhou. It felt like that was, 1.1 felt like the climax of the Jinzhou arc. But I didn't like it because I didn't feel like we were that involved with Jinzhou itself. Like there was supposed to be a climax for it and I still didn't feel it. It felt more like the Jinshi character arc. Again, most of the problems I have with Wuthering story, it feels like the stories to do with the character arcs, not the actual world building itself. And that's why I had an issue with 1.1 in the actual story. Visually, storytelling, I really like Wuthering. I think it's great. The actual story, I think they really kind of like slip on. It really got simple. And I made a video about 1.1 and why I thought it was mid. And everyone was like, oh, you don't get it. It was fine. The cutscenes were great. I'm like, yeah, the cutscenes were so good. I love Kuro's visual storytelling. I still think 1.1 actual story doesn't really make sense. Kind of a little bit stinky. And they didn't really wrap up the Jinzhou area like they should have. I've always had this opinion. People were like, oh, it's okay, they'll fix it in the next patches. 1.2 comes around, it's just like a little filler, let's say, kinda. 1.3 comes around, and then you all know what I thought about 1.3. That was a shorekeeper quest, mainly. right? Mainly kind of a shorekeeper quest. It did do some world building for the port, Guizhou. I can't remember what it's called. With the port, actually seeing like a lament, like event was really cool. And I think to me that was kind of like the peak of all of the 1.0s. Actually experiencing that lament, understanding the destruction that can happen was a really good teaser into what we can expect more in the future for the whole destruction vibes of Wuwa. So again, I love the storytelling in Wuwa. I've always thought the 1.0 plot was kind of mid at best. And y'all who think it's great and amazing, you can have that opinion. I'm more than welcome. I might even make my own video about why I don't like this actual plot of Wuwa that much. But visually, I love how it looks. And that's enough for me. That's enough for me to care, honestly. So I can understand why he's feeling a little bit let down about story and plot. I get it. I get it.
On this journey through this area that's leading up to something, and then we just suddenly go to Rinascita, and I can't help but feel like it's a little too early. If they'd stayed in Jinzhou for another patch,
Also, the problem with staying in Jinzhou, I don't think there's that much else to tell. I really don't think there's that much else to tell about Jinzhou. Plus, we know the devs had to like rewrite basically the whole 1.0 story. And Rinascita was also supposed to be part of 1.0, if I'm not mistaken. And they had to rewrite the whole thing. And I really think it's mainly a time issue. I don't think the devs put out the actual story they really initially wanted to, and had to scramble something else together. So that's why I'm not placing too much stock into all the 1.0 stuff, and why I'm okay with it not being perfect, given the circumstances the devs actually had. You could say, well, they could have delayed the game. Sure. But we know they kind of wanted to get it out quickly. We know it's easy. We know. It was a better business decision for them to release the game when they did. But 2.0, I feel like, is the game they wanted to make. So we'll see.
a patch or two to at least get it to a full year, and then on the anniversary they drop 2.0, and then we have this come out with all Rinascita and all of its bright and bubbly glory. And now I know for a fact I've got...
He's saying bright and bubbly like it's like I know they have the Carnival, but we haven't actually seen a lot of bright and bubbly. Maybe like a couple of scenes.
People saying the story's gonna be dark. Don't worry. I know that a dark story can be told in a bright area. That's fine.
I don't think Raguda is like bright inherently.
Issues that I want to talk about later that are personal issues. I don't even know where I'm going with this, to be honest. And the reason why I say that as well is because I know that the way I'm feeling about this and the way I'm thinking about this is illogical. And I don't like
At
that.
least he's admitting it.
I don't like the way I am thinking about this. And people are just
so
going to say, just get past it.
Your mom.
Yeah, I would love to. Going back through all of the marketing material leading up to 1.0, all of it. The test footage, the CBT1 marketing material, the CBT2 marketing material, and everything leading up right until...
I think it's supposed to be the least destroyed area, so I can see why he's worried about it. I don't think we have to have destroyed areas of destruction for it to be Wuwa. I think if it all ended up looking the same, if every level, if Rinascita Raguda was a pile of rubble, would we say it's good? Would we say it's good? Like, you know what I mean? I don't think this necessarily, holds much for me. Because if everything looked like the Inferno Rider area, I don't think I'd care. I think like, okay, we've already seen this.
1.0 until we had the live stream. We had a certain vibe, which was a certain vibe of Jinzhou. And I was really invested in that kind of style, in that kind of visual aesthetic. And I enjoyed that a lot. So when we're going through all the areas and all the quests in Jinzhou, sure, some of the quests didn't really hit, like there were some misses there here and there, but the actual vibe itself, the actual overall tones and visual aesthetic of the game as a whole was something I really resonated with, forgive the pun. And I really enjoyed that area, and I enjoyed the story we were going through that area as well. But like I just said, I felt like we were leading up to something, like a good final act of Jinzhou.
Nah, that was the Threnodian threat. Honestly, that was the Threnodian threat. The 1.1, it's like, actually, yeah, shit's gonna happen to Jinzhou if Jinchi doesn't, like, get Jue under control, basically. By just meant by... and it's just like, ugh. I feel the signs have been there for months. I mean, I don't know why. This is the thing about I don't know why he's having this thought now. Like, it was so, to me, it was so obvious. Like, after like 1.1, that's all we were getting for Jinjo. Like, to me, it was so obvious, and that's why I made that video I did in 1.1 saying, oh, I don't particularly think this is where I'd want it to end. Because then we had the 1.2 filler, the 1.3 was Black Shores, it wouldn't really have anything with Jinjo. It did the world building. But, like, I think it, like, I'm just wondering why he hasn't had this thought, like 4 fucking months ago. That's what I want to know. Why now, when 2.0 is about to come out? Like, we knew this was going to be the case months ago. Well, as I
It just didn't come. And I feel like if we just had something like that, if we had just one more big battle that wasn't something to do with a companion story quest, it was a main story quest where we go through and we have to go through another big
that was the Threnodian threat in the 1.0.
Semi cataclysmic event, not a full event, because I understand that they could build up to an even bigger lament later on. Maybe
did he not like the final act of 1.0? I'm curious.
4.0, whatever it is.
Like what did he want? Did he want that again? Like, what does he want? That's what I'm wondering. Like, what does he want? Was that not enough? We like, to me, I don't know. It's difficult.
I just need one more thing in the main story quest, which was very similar to what we had in 1.0 in Act 6. When
okay, there we go.
To fighting Dreamless. I wanted something a little bit more closer to that, where we're charging towards and we are preventing the looming tacit Discord crisis.
But what's the point in doing something we already had? Like, why would they already tell a story they've already told? Right? Act 6. Like, why? But that's why I don't. Why would they tell a story they've already told again? That's what I don't get. I feel like the 1.0 ending could have been better, and it could have been made to feel bigger, especially after having more contact with Jinxie, with Jue, with Changli. It would have made a final act feel better. Again, I think it's a consequence of the reshuffling of the story. I really do. Again, there's a reason why we haven't seen Wanwu and Kokaro in the main story until, like, we saw Wanwu in the Act 6 of 1.0, right? It's a consequence of all this reshuffling. I'm just wondering, why would it doesn't make story writing sense to write something you've already written again. It doesn't make sense.
Which is what this area was entirely supposed to be about. And because I didn't get that, I just feel like I was just left hanging a little. And there are other plot lines as well that don't really feel like they have been fulfilled for me, like the whole thing regarding Geshu-Lin and also Scar as well. Scar's in.
I think Scar is going to be a long-standing thing. Like, we're going to be coming back to that later on. Like, to me, Scar is a future plot device. Geshu-Lin, also future plot device. There's no way if they leave those characters, I'm going to be so pissed. There's no way they do that. I think he's worried about something that we're not sure of yet. Like, there's no way they're going to leave out their star characters. Absolutely no shot.
In prison. Maybe he's dead, who knows? But, like, we have those
he's not
as
going
well
to be
that
dead.
I feel needed to be addressed before we continue on. People were saying that there's nothing left to do in Jinzhou, and I completely disagree. There's a lot more stuff that they could have done in Jinzhou before they go to Rinascita. And in the end,
what?
yeah, like I said, it's just I wanted that last final act to finish off the area. Like in other games as well, and before people say,
I mean, that was 1.1, really. You know, saving Jinzhou. We saved Jinzhou twice. We already saved Jinzhou twice. Act 6 of 1.0. 1.1 was about saving Jinzhou 2 or preventing something bad from happening. Do you want it a third time? That would be a third time.
hey, well, you shouldn't compare this to another game. Shut up. With other games as well, when you have a new area, where you have a new event or something, you have one big final battle to, like, cap it off. And I don't, like, to repeat myself, I just don't feel like we had that. In 1.4, we had the companion story quest with Camellia, and then that was it. That was the end of her story, and that was fine. That isn't the main story.
To me, again, you guys know how I feel about Black Shores. You guys know how I feel about 1.3. I think Black Shores suffered the same issue that Ryuku's having with Jinzhou. Underdeveloped, not enough actual story about the Black Shores. We didn't get to learn more about the organization. We didn't get to learn more about the actual characters in the Black Shores itself as an organization. I was very disappointed by that. And everyone told me, wait for 1.4, wait for 1.4, wait for 1.4. It will get good. We'll add more information. And they never really did. So I was let down by Black Shores. It was hyped up to be this really cool area, and we got cool Shorekeeper and Tethys, but we didn't get cool organizational Black Shores, and that made me sad. Heck, we didn't even speak to Alto. Alto didn't interact with Shorekeeper. Camille didn't interact with Alto. Uncle was on vacation. I felt like Black Shores was really underutilized in terms of actual story and making it feel cool, getting all the little bits of lore that people find exciting. You know, like it's. Honestly, that's one of the good things about Genshin when it comes to story. They give you little bits of lore that you can make little theories out of and fun things, but we didn't really get that in Black Shores Wu, and it made me kind of sad. They forgot about a lot of characters in Black Shores, and I feel like it's just been a problem with Wu's writing in general, which is why I've said it's mid. I've said this from the beginning, and hey, maybe people are starting to understand my viewpoint now. Because I've been saying this for months. I have been saying this for months, and everyone shat on me. Everyone shat on me for my opinion about Wu's story, and now look.
Request. So I think I just wanted one last thing in Jinzhou to happen.
Everyone's now agreeing with me. Isn't that crazy?
For us to go through before we go to Rinascita. But on the point of Rinascita as well, about the complaints that it's too vibrant as well. There are areas in Rinascita that look absolutely incredible. Like these areas here, this serpent's tail, dragon tail, whatever it is up here. This Elden Ring looking area, I love the vibes of this as well. Again, here as well.
You love the vibes? It's too much sun, Ryuuku. No. It's got too much sun. It's too happy. Sun equals yellow equals happy. It's too happy for you. Cancel. EOS. We're Rinascita EOS.
Well, it looks absolutely fantastic. And here. This is giving me like Two Towers and Sauron type vibes.
Literally
so
Lord of the Rings.
Out of like, what is it, the 6 there? There are 1, 2, kind of 50-50 on this one, I'll be honest. Like these 2 areas here. So the majority of Rinascita is playing into these darker vibes. And I greatly appreciate that. My worry is that we're going to be stuck in these 2 areas here. Like we have a whole Wuthering exploration thing for the Nimbus Sanctum, and this is the area I am least looking forward to. This is not what I want. And again, that is a personal preference.
Yeah, that's a him problem. Yeah, I'll be real. That is a him problem. I think it's fine. I'm cool with it. I don't see a problem with it. That is a you. You're right, Ryuuku. That is a you problem.
I get it. That is a me issue. I'm not interested in this pink and fluffy rainbows and sunshine, literal rainbows and sunshine type area. That's just not what I was hoping for from Rinascita. I'm good with all this. This is fine for me. I understand that, but I just really do not vibe with this area. But again,
why? It's got rainbows and sunny, and it's got pink fluffy tweeds. It's got pink tweeds in it. I'll be real. That's like I just don't think it's like one area. It's like tiny. It's like a little like round structure. It's not like a huge area of the map, right? It's literally a tiny structure. It's one tiny structure in the middle of mist. And I think he's hyper focusing on it. And he thinks it's too pink and rainbow. Maybe he just doesn't like rainbows. Wait, is Ryuuku just... Okay, I'm not going to say that. That's crazy.
And that is a personal problem. That is a me issue. I'm just going to have to go through the exploration to get the rewards because I'm basically free to play. So I want the rewards. I don't want to miss out on the Astrite. Then after that, I just hope that I'm...
Bro wants near automata 24/7. Maybe pink is his color. Nah, what do you mean? Those trees are red. What do you mean?
I'm not there for any longer than I absolutely have to be there. This is not what I'm looking for. And it's kind of like when you go to a theme park and they have all the theme park areas. You have like the more adult oriented. I don't mean like Gooner type. I mean like more scary.
No one was thinking that. No one. Yeah, bro's gonna go to a brothel at a theme park, bro. That's crazy. Bro's about to hit the teacup strip club. He's got women stripping on when you're on the teacups. That'd be crazy, bro.
Area, and they've got the kids section. Just don't go to the kids section, and that's what I want to do as well. I want to avoid that area It's not what I'm interested in. I want to stick to these other areas down here. I want to stick to this area and this area and this area. So there are more areas.
Most of them are fine. Most of them are fine. Do you know what I mean? So really, his problem is like a couple of areas. I think that's okay. I think that's fine. I don't see a problem with that.
For me to enjoy, I'm looking forward to these, especially this one. But on the point of the story quest as well, in a vacuum, this storyline, the way that they showed it with also Frolova walking through the crowd and like something, she's like having some kind of effect on the echoes in the crowd as well. There's a lot of intrigue in there. There's a lot of interest in there. And in a vacuum, like by itself, it looks amazing. It looks really interesting. I want to know what's going on. I have a certain problem though. And this is a problem that I'm going to basically call PPTSD. Post-Penacony Traumatic Stress Disorder.
Oh, I think this is so dumb. I think this is so dumb, and I'll tell you why. Why the fuck are you letting a gacha game actually affect your mental state? I'll be real, I'm not trying to be rude, I feel like when you get to that point where a gacha game is literally affecting your mental state, it's making you genuinely unhappy. This has made him genuinely unhappy. I've called him. I think it's fucking stupid, and you need to stop playing so many gacha games. I'm being totally honest. I think Blood needs to cut down on the gachas he plays. I think he should quit Honkai Star Rail properly. Why like these gachas take so much of his life. I feel like he's just like should slow down. There's no way a gacha should affect your actual mental state like this to the point where you're scared about other gachas and what they might come up with. It's why would you let that? Don't let that happen to you.
And when I was watching this, I saw a lot of parallels to Penacony. And these parallels probably aren't there, but because
Gacha's just on for him. You know the dude plays like 10 gacha games a day. He likes gacha games a lot. What do you mean?
I was so fucking traumatized by Penacony, but how absolute...
I'll be real. That's why. Why the fuck are you letting a gacha dictate you like this? That's kind of, nah. It's just a stupid. It's a fucking gacha game. It's a gacha game. Like, what? Don't let it eat you like this. I wouldn't say it's stupid. His feelings are valid. No. Okay. The world to give a shit about the fucking gacha story, man.
Shit it was. I'm worried that it's going to happen again. Like, playing through Honkai Star Rail, I really enjoyed Billabong. I thought it was great. And then Jonjo Lofu, it was...
I didn't like fucking Penacony, but I'm not going to be like, oh no. I'm not going to doom post every gacha as soon as we have a mention of like fun. You know?
Fine. And then when I say that playing through Penacony was literally the worst gaming experience of my life, I absolutely mean it. And then I got some people saying that, oh, what about this game? What about that game? Yeah, I haven't played them. I do not play a game unless I know it's going to be good. So I went in and had high hopes because Bellabug was amazing. And I'd heard so many good things about Penacony. So when I actually got to Penacony and I had that, it was an absolute gut punch. And I felt winded by it. And now I know for a fact that people are going to be saying, that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, right? No.
When you love a game and it takes a direction you don't like, it does suck. Yeah, but I'm not going to let that affect my judgment of other games. But I just think I genuinely just don't... It's just not healthy. It's just not healthy to have this mentality. Bro's life is consumed by it. Literally. It's odd. He's too deep in it, like you said. He's too deep in the gacha. I genuinely think for the betterment of his own mental, he should quit some. Yeah.
Probably. I am someone that gets really invested into stories, for better or worse. I really do enjoy the stories. That's why in my videos about Honkai Star Rail and about Wuthering Waves as well, I put a lot of emphasis on the story because I feel like these kinds of games here, these are story-focused games. Like other games such as, say, like Tekken, Street Fighter, or even like Sonic, whatever, they have a story to them, but you don't really play them for the story. Whereas these ones, personally, I do think there's a big focus on the story as well. Maybe some people...
There's a focus on the story, but we have to remember it's a gacha level story. And the reason why gacha stories kind of suck is because every patch they have to shove in 10, sometimes 15 new characters down our throats to progress that new level of story. Because why? They have to sell the characters in the first place. So those stories end up always kind of being made because we have to constantly introduce new characters, give them backstory so we care about them, build them all up so we give a shit about them, and it ruins the actual world building around us because there are so many characters we've got to care about first. It's character first, story second, always has been in this new era of gacha, okay? So I don't know why Blood is going to gacha thinking that the stories are going to be amazing when they're not built to be amazing. In my opinion, they're just not. It's a character fest. They're not designed to give you the best story possible. I feel gachas where there isn't as much of a focus on new characters, maybe it's like skins or something else like costumes, that would have more option to have a better world building in your story. It's not as character focused. But in this new era of gacha, that's really how it is. I don't know why he suddenly thinks that it's supposed to be a story-based game. So the story's got to be good. It's just not, they're not set up for that. It's inherently not set up for success when it's more of a character-focused game and not a story-focused game. That's where I think I disagree with him here.
Well, don't play for the story, and then that's fine. That's for you. I enjoy all the combat. I enjoy all the gameplay in here, but I really enjoy the story. And if I get invested into a story enough, it really does affect me because I do enjoy it. And I'm sure a lot of other people out there can kind of understand what I'm talking about. Let's use the Penacony story, for example. Like, I didn't get invested into it because it was just not something.
I'm pretty sure in his video about Penacony, he said the story was good, but the storytelling was bad. Isn't that exactly what he said? He said the story was good, but the storytelling was the thing that was shit. So, why is he not saying this?
Thing that I had been focusing on like at all. I went into Honkai Star as a freshly new player, and Penacony was already out, whereas a lot of other people had been looking forward to Penacony for months prior to that. So they had already had some kind of idea of what Penacony was going to be like and what the characters were going to be like, and also, so they had all of this when they had also had the drip marketing as well, and then they got hyped for the drip marketing, like this character looks cool, that character, this trailer looks cool, blah 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 blah, and then they got really invested in the characters. So when they play through that story and they play these characters, they're
yes, gachas are character centered first, story second. I don't think they're story based games anymore. I think they're character centered games.
More heavily invested in the story and they're interested in more. I did not have that. I did not go through the characters thing there. I did not go through all that, so that's why it didn't really hit for me at all. So playing through the story quest without all that backlog of information, it didn't hit for me. But the thing is, I am invested in this story. I am heavily invested in this story, in the characters. And
why the story's mid? Wuwa story's mid. Why are we heavily invested in a mid story? I've been saying this for months. It doesn't mean I hate it. I really like Wuwa. The storytelling's really good. I like how visually it makes me feel. I'm happy enough. But I don't think the story is like amazing. So I'm not going to get heavily invested in it when it's like kind of mid. Do you know what I mean? Chat, type 1 if you think Wuwa's story is mid. Because it is. It's a gacha. It's mid. It's a mid story. It's fine. Especially the whole one point. It's fine. It had really... It's not mid. Shut up. Amethyst. Let's really not delude ourselves, right? Let's not delude ourselves. It is an average story. It's literally an average story. If you think it's the best story you've ever seen, that's crazy. It's literally an average story. The storytelling is great. How they visually show it is amazing. I love that. But it's just an average story. And we all know it. I've been saying this for months. And that's fine. It's okay. But I'm not heavily invested in the storyline or plot. I think it's just kind of whatever. It's not really proven to me that it's anything spectacular right now.
In the world itself. So coming back to why I'm getting like PPTSD, I just want to lay out these parallels that I saw that
I think it's... Hi, Ethan. Yo, Monty, shout out Ethan. Amazing, dude. I think it's mid. I just think he has a very high hopes for these gacha games. I also think he has played Gen 1 gacha games, which probably had way better mechanics. So when he sees things like this, it's annoying to see it, because technically it could be better, but it won't be. Yeah, like, there's no... Like, I already kind of mentioned this, right? These games are character first, story second. And I really feel... I just don't know why we get so invested into mid. For example, I like Genshin's story. I'll still play Genshin for the story at some point. But I still think it's kind of like giga ass in the long run. There are some parts of it which are just complete shit. Like, why are we getting super... He says he only gets invested in stories that he likes. But he's getting invested into mid-gacha stories. It's like, why? You know what I mean? Like, there are so many better games and so many better stories. It's like, why are we suddenly investing a lot of mental energy? That's what he's done. He's investing a lot of mental energy into mid-gacha story. Like, I don't know why. Same reason why a lot of people get invested in Genshin, you know? I don't agree with it, but I get it. Sure, but I just don't get it. But you know, it is what it is. Genshin making itself below mid by hiding its story in fucking books. I think Genshin has better world building than Wuwa does. They add bits you can find out. There's the way they tell the story in Genshin. I think it's the way that the story comes across. I think it's actually like pretty okay for the most part. Doesn't mean all of it is good, but I do think the way that story runs is better than Wuwa. At least in the initial stages. I genuinely think Wuwa's story is just mid. It really is. It's nothing special. But I'm hoping now in 2.0 they can cook the story. Okay, Amethyst, what do you mean, oh stop it? What do you mean, oh stop it? There is no way. I hate that take. Amethyst, you are deluded. Amethyst, you are deluded. If you think that Wuwa story is like peak actual plot, you are crazy. It's literally just average story. The way they show it is great, but it is an average story. What do you mean you hate that take? You are deluded, sir. Go on. Tell me how I'm wrong. Tell me how I'm wrong. Tell me how I'm wrong. Chat, maybe I take some of this stream today to brush up on my Wuwa lore so I can go exactly to the reasons why the story is just mid. No, I said parts of 1.0 was mid. Most of 1.0 was mid. The first half was definitely mid. 1.1 was lacking in a lot of areas. Storytelling wise, again, visually it was great, but again, the stakes weren't as prominent as we believed it to be. The ending was kind of an info dump, and there was a lot of things with Rover and Chang-Li that were never really explained. A lot of missed opportunities. 1.1 was the patch of missed opportunities for me. We had opportunities to talk about more about Jinji and the people around her, the people inside the mounted chamber that we never really got to speak to, but we saved off screen. There's a lot of things that happened. Why Rover is immune to all the time disruptions, but yet we never utilized that to go into the area and actually do things with our immunity to help other areas. Like, there's lots of missed opportunities in 1.1. 1.3, y'all already know what I think. Great Shorekeeper quest. It was good for like world building in general, but really bad as a Black Shores quest. Didn't know a lot about the organization. Didn't interact with the Black Shores characters as much. Didn't build up the Black Shores as an organization at all. I think that was a huge missed opportunity. Wuwa's story is all about missed opportunities in 1.0, but I don't care that much because I know the devs weren't able to tell the story they wanted to because of all the changes they made. Yeah, okay, you like the romance, but we're talking about the actual overarching plot. So there's the problem. Okay, there we go. Cool, we found it. He just loves the romance. Okay, great. We're talking about actual plot here.
It's not like I was looking to see them. It's just like they stood out to me because I was so fucked up by Penacony. The whole like absent founder, keeper of the region area with the sentinel. The sentinel's gone missing, and they also got the watchmaker as well. I saw that parallel, and the two warring factions fighting over control of the area. You've got the IPC and the family in Honkai Star Rail, and you've also got what's referred to as the family.
But again, I'm pretty sure Ryuuku said that he liked the story in Penacony, but hated the storytelling. So I don't know why these comparisons are making him scared.
In Rinascita as well, these two...
Amethyst, both you and Kazahana are like... Kazahana will see an anime girl with big tits and he'll fall in love immediately. Like you're using him as a confirmation bias? You're using Kazahana as confirmation bias for your thoughts. The man who will see any like anime girl with tits and fall in love immediately. That's who you're asking for confirmation for your own bias. That's crazy.
Families here, the Montelli family and the Fisalia family as well, and then you've also got this like rogue faction in there. You've got the masked fools in Honkai Star Rail and the Fools Troop. Again, fools are in the name as well. That's not hard to see where that connected in my brain too. And then we also got the MC coming to this new land and being in the middle of everything.
Also, you feline the yeah, I don't have a problem with this. I never said I had a problem with this, dude. I never said that. I said missed opportunities. I said missed opportunities in Wua. Stuff they should have added on and didn't.
With Trailblazer and Rover here, and with all the areas itself being bright and lively, with a heavy emphasis on fun and celebration. The only real difference.
It's only the carnival. It's only the carnival, right? That really is the light, funny, bright things. Again, it's not Vegas. I'm worried that somehow Ryuku's gonna end up in Laguna and suddenly be met with a fucking slot machine. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's gonna happen. I really don't. I think we have to just wait and see. I really hate to say it, but like maybe it's cope. I think we just have to wait.
Difference I saw was the part of the Fractidus being in this land, and that's actually the part that I'm really looking forward to the most. I want to see how the Fractidus play into this story here. I'm really looking forward to that. But the fact of the matter is, as I saw these parallels, and looking at the trailer for the story as well, where it seems to be really heavily invested in these two warring factions, I saw a lot of this kind of similar themes playing out between Penacony and what seems to be happening in Rinascita as well. I'm just really worried. I'm really scared that they're gonna do that. They're gonna pull another Penacony and just have an entire fucking yap fest.
Bro really does have. Bro, Hoyo ruined this man. Hoyo ruined this man. Bro actually has post-traumatic stress. That's crazy. I genuinely think that's wild. That's the most wild thing I've seen. Penacony post-traumatic stress disorder is wild. Bro got the PP disorder. That's bro, it's actually insane to me.
But we know that Kuro Games, so far at least, have not done that. Like I said, I do not look at leaks. I haven't even seen the IGN 10-minute gameplay footage yet, because I'd heard that there were some story leaks in there. So maybe I should actually watch that just to like alleviate my worries and my concerns.
Ryuku hated ZZZ's story.
These entire bright tones, again, in these two areas specifically, and also kind of here as well. I'm seeing kind of similarities as well. Coming from playing Genshin for a few years, and also I still play Honkai Star Rail. I still do my dailies.
You shouldn't quit the game.
Because fuck that.
Quit the game. Why are you playing Honkai Star Rail?
I will go in there.
Literally, why are you playing Honkai Star Rail? Quit the game. Why? This is the problem. You're holding on to something that you don't like. Why? Just quit the game. Why are you even doing your dailies? What is literally the point? Genuinely, what is the point? Quit the game. Uninstall it. Genuinely. I hate just being like, oh, if you don't like it, just quit. You literally don't like the game. You don't like the story. You say these gachas are more story-based games, yet you won't play Honkai Star Rail for the story because you don't like it. So just quit. Just quit. And you'll stop. Every time you log into the game, you're not going to be fucking depressed and start thinking about it. You know what I mean?
I'll do my best to ignore this nagging feeling in the back of my head. I'm actually pretty good at that, which is why I've been like trying to...
No, you're not. No, you're not. You've been sad for days. We've all heard it. You've been not okay for days about this. You're not good at ignoring the nagging feeling in your head. We've all heard it.
Get past this.
I
do feel like I'm able to ignore and put my personal feelings aside. When I know that something is objectively true.
No, this is just a lie. You're making this video. We all heard you in VCs be upset for like 2 days over it. You're not. This is a lie.
I say this is objectively true. When I know something...
Okay, not a lie. I just don't think he's being honest with himself. This is bothering him.
Is subjective. Like, this entire video has been completely subjective. This
True.
entire video has been completely subjective about my personal opinions and my personal problems. This is a me issue. Absolutely. But
sure.
I will not know, and I will not have my fears alleviated until January 2nd when 2.0 drops. And when it does, I want this game to prove me fucking wrong.
He's going to be so hypercritical of it now, which is fine. But we'd have to accept that fact, right? I feel like he's kind of going to be looking for a reason to hate on it. It does kind of feel that way. Like, the way he's already been doing it with this, he will be looking for a lot of things to confirm his bias in his head. So just be mindful of that, right? Like, he's very welcome to have that his opinion, but he's already setting himself up to, like, find any reason to kind of not like it a little bit, you know? It's already there. Like, to confirm his own bias. It's confirmation bias. That's what it is.
Like me as well, wrong. And I have high hopes that Kuro Games can do this. If they do have a similar storyline to Penacony, I have high hopes that they will actually do that story better. So that's what it is. I have to wait for another week.
Why are we comparing it to Penacony? I don't want to compare it to Penacony. There's no reason to compare Raguna to Penacony. There's no reason to compare it to Penacony. I don't want to do that. Can we not do that? Can we just not compare it to Penacony? It's a completely different thing. Can we just not? There's literally no reason to. Why are we doing that? I'm so confused. I know he gave examples, but I think most of them are reaches. Like, this is not. We don't need to compare it. We're good. It's a different thing entirely.
Well, just over a week until the 2.0 drops, and I want to enjoy this game to the absolute fullest. I really do. But until that point, I'm just really worried, and this is a me issue. This is completely a me issue. I feel it's a bit too quick.
The whole festival thing I could see. What does a festival have to do with fucking Vegas in space? What is... They're two completely different things. There's two completely different things. What does a festival of a carnival have anything to do with Vegas in space?
A sufficient climax to the Jinzhou area, and I'm worried about the parallels I'm seeing between this and Penacony. I have these three things. These are my three main issues.
The Charmony Festival. The Charmony Festival was right at the end of Penacony. That was right at the end of Penacony, and it wasn't even like, it wasn't even like that big of a deal at the end of the day. I don't know. Like, it was mainly about Vegas in space and dreams, and like making people's like wishes come true. In a way, anything can happen in the dreamland. Is it real? Is it not real? That's more of what Penacony was about than the actual Charmony Festival. The word festival itself. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing about that in Raguna. That was still a factor though. Is the carnival going to be straight away? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I think it's unfair to compare the Charmony Festival to being the same as Penacony Carnival. Raguna's got nothing to do with dreams, reality, Vegas. It's the main themes aren't there. The only parallel is carnival and a festival. It's the ulls. That's the only similarity. But I think it's a bit dishonest to compare both of them and be like, yeah, they're the same. I don't like it.
Issues. So if you're looking forward to Rinascita, you're correct. You should. I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm looking forward to this being an absolutely fantastic patch.
Are you? I don't know. I don't know if you are.
I want to be proven wrong. I know I'm in the minority, and I do love this game. I love the combat, I love the design style, I love the characters, and everything like that. I get it. It's just one of those things that I need to get out of my system first, which is why I'm making this video. I just need to get these feelings out there to like cleanse myself of these emotions. Because like I said, this is
the festivals being compared. I just don't think it's honest to be comparing the festivals and being like, yeah, those are Penacony parallels, therefore it's trying to be like Penacony. Therefore, I'm not going to like it. I'm worried about it because festival. I just think it's a bit of a reach and a stretch, to be honest, because festival is there.
That I need to get over. I want to enjoy this game. I'm sure it's going to give me a lot of fun. I'm sure I'm really going to enjoy a lot of the stuff in here as well, like the flight and flying through all these areas. I know I'm probably going to enjoy most of it, but I'm just worried. I'm just really fucking worried. So yeah, that's all I have to really say.
It's a gacha game.
They're getting annoyed with me being like during the live stream. They were getting annoyed with me being a bit salty when anything bright came up. I'm like, I can't help it. Everything that I say is legitimately just 100% my opinion. That's the way I feel about this. I will never change the way I feel, the way I think about things. If you see me say something, that's exactly how I feel about it. Even if I get massive on YouTube, or maybe if my channel absolutely tanks after this video, whatever. If my channel gets massive or whatever, I'll continue after this, and I get sponsors. I don't care how much the money is. I will not compromise on my opinions.
That's fair.
In any way, shape, or form. I just don't care. I say I don't care, but I'm making this entire video about my
you do care. No, you do care. You do care.
I care to some degree. Yeah. It's like in this one, I know for a fact that I care about the fact that I care this way. If that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't make sense, but it's like I know the way I'm feeling right now is completely twisted.
Ryuuku kind of feels like how I felt after 1.3. Everyone feels like they're not agreeing with you, and you have this opinion and feeling. And I felt the same way after 1.3. So I relate. I understand. I ain't gonna shit on him for feeling that way. He's perfectly fine too. He's perfectly fine to. We can critique his points of reasoning why he might feel that way, but he's totally okay with feeling like it. You know what I mean? Hey, I got shit on so much by 1.1 and 1.3 takes. Is what it is.
And I know I'm wrong. This isn't a video in any way, shape, or form.
But I wasn't wrong. I knew I was right. And now, suddenly, people are agreeing with me. Months later. Isn't that crazy? Ooh.
Of me saying, I feel this way, and you should feel that way too. It's not. If anything, I want to feel more like you. I want to feel more like everyone else is feeling right now. Around 80% from what I had a poll on earlier. But it's just one of those really annoying things, you know? So we'll just have to see. I will continue to make content. I will continue to cover this game because I do love this game. I am looking forward to 2.0. And the thing I'm looking forward to the most is just finally just finding out. I'm not looking at leaks, but I want to find out how they're going to present this new area to me. And I want to be proven completely fucking wrong. That is the one thing I want the most. Again, sorry for the rambling. This is not a scripted video. This is just completely on the fly. I don't even know how I would have scripted this video in the first place. So, yeah. If you hate this video, if you hate my opinion, that dislike button is right there for you to click and just go ham on.
No, I'm not going to dislike it.
Dislike it as well. I don't really care. But that's just the way I feel. And like I said, I am looking forward to 2.0 because I just need to find out. I just need to find out. So, yeah, that's all I have to really say. So, until next time, I will see you in the next video. Peace.
I love Ryuuku. Ryuku's great. Ryuku's great. I like the video. He's gonna get disliked to hell for this one because speaking bad about Wuwa story, people's gonna dislike it. People love Wuwa story, and it is what it is. Like, I have my opinion. This video is probably getting disliked because of the amount of times that I have like spoken badly about the Wuwa story. But I can't help feeling the way I do. I think the story's kind of like average. Is what it is. But this is a really good Ryuuku video. Be nice to him. Okay, even if you disagree with him, that's okay. We can criticize people's points. We shouldn't criticize the people themselves. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel. I appreciate y'all. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Go subscribe to Ryuuku. I'm live every day on Twitch, 7 p.m. GMT, 2 p.m. EST. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.